Welcome to this evening's psalm, part 6 of Psalm 119, The Living Way. Reading from Jim Cotter's Towards the City. Serving God's Will. As servants of the will of God, we are called to love God's wisdom as a precious jewel. We begin to discover that indeed possessions are of no account. We appreciate the wealth that comes to us through enjoying the smallest and simplest acts of kindness, given and received. No earthly greatness could ever compensate for such true treasure. For the journey, possessions of no account. The invitation, wash one another's feet. The implication, whoever would be great among you must be your servant. I have done what is just and right. Do not give me over into the hands of my oppressors. Make your servant delight in all that is good, that the proud may do me no wrong. My eyes waste away with looking for your salvation, for the fulfillment of your righteous promise. Embrace your servant in your steadfast love and teach me your wisdom. I am your servant. Give me understanding that I may know your counsel. It's high time that you acted, O God, for your law is being destroyed. How I would come to love your commandments beyond all gold and precious stones. Therefore I direct my steps in your way, and all false steps I utterly abhor. And verses 130. And one again. Verses 129 to 136. Rejoicing in God's love. God's love is reliable, steadfast, constant. In that knowledge we can walk firmly, freed from the weight of oppression, with a light step. Even in frightening places, it is as if we are already in the safety of the sheepfold. Living in the spirit of that freedom, we are more able to draw alongside those who are constricted by illness or imprisonment. So the journey, burdens fall away. The invitation, come in by the door of the sheepfold. The implication, visit the sick and those in prison. Your steadfast love is wonderful, therefore I treasure your wisdom. When your word goes forth, it gives light and understanding to the simple. I open my mouth and draw in my breath, for my delight was in your counsel. Look upon me and show me your kindness, as is your joy for those who love your name. Keep my steps steady in your word, and so shall no wickedness get dominion over me. Relieve me from the weight of the oppression, and so I shall keep your commandments. Show the light of your face upon your servant, and teach me your way. My eyes shed streams of sorrow, because folk heed not your promise. And the final part tonight, verses 137 to 144, thirsting for God's justice. Freed from the weight of worldly expectation and possessions, humbled and poor even, like a grain of wheat, dying unnoticed, the followers of the way are the only ones who can know what it would be like to see God's justice, God's commonwealth established on earth. They cry with yearning to see right prevail. They strive to make it so. So the journey, humbled and poor. The invitation, let a grain of wheat fall into the earth and die. The implication, yearn and strive to see right prevail. You are righteous, O God, and your judgments are true. The ways that you have commanded are just and true. My zeal has consumed me, because my enemies have forgotten your words. Your promise has been well tested, and your servant loves and delights in it. I am small and of no reputation, yet I do not forget your wisdom. Your righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and your law is the truth. Trouble and heaviness have taken hold of me, yet my delight is in your justice. The righteousness of your will is eternal. Give me understanding, and I shall live. So may God grant us a quiet and a peaceful night, so we may awake in the morning serving God's will, rejoicing in God's love, and thirsting for God's justice.